So the reason that you think that you care about what they think about you is because you haven't been doing enough work to focus on how you feel about you. Because if you were so completely focused on how good you are and how amazing you are fundamentally at your core, then you wouldn't be looking for that external validation. The validation will come when you already know who you are. You don't have to go looking for that. That'll just show up. But the funny thing is that when it starts to show up in that way, you don't actually need it by that point. And so it's not going to feel so much relief as it does when you are needing that external validation and you get the external validation. It's like drinking water for the first time in the desert. But when you already love yourself and when you already know your power, know your worth, know your beauty and divine nature, then when it comes to you, when it gets reflected back to you, because it has to, because that is law, when that gets reflected back to you, it doesn't feel as amazing as it would if you were deprived of it, because you already feel it and your cup is already full. So a little bit more water in a full cup isn't going to make that big of a difference. But the trick is that you want to teach yourself to value and love and see yourself in the highest possible light, so that you don't need other people to do it, and so that you're not going on this roller coaster of ups and downs and constantly putting all of your effort into getting validation and approval and love from other people. Because when you do that, you have a very, very rough ride. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that you're bad for doing that. I'm just saying that there's a better way. There's a better way than needing other people to fill your cup. Fill your own cup. Realize how powerful, how beautiful, how magical you truly are. Know where you came from. Know your inner being. Know your divine worth, so that you don't need other people to tell you how great you are. And then when you do that, you will see it reflected everywhere. But you'll be able to put your energy into other things that make you happy, other than just getting validation and love, because there are so many other things in this world that will light you up like no tomorrow. The purpose of this message is to uplift you. It is not to condemn you. It is not to say that anything that you have been doing has been wrong. I completely understand it. Everyone has been there, but it's reminding you that you don't need that, and that you can find a better way of living, a way that's going to make you feel so whole so much more of the time, rather than this deprivation of love and then only getting glimpses of it through relationships. But they very quickly end, because relationships like that are just too turbulent and too up and down for either person in the relationship. So you're better off finding a more secure source of it, and that comes from within inside of yourself. That comes from knowing your divine worth and your divine power and your divine love. When you can find that within yourself, then everything in your life will just be so much smoother.